Hello there. Just thought I'd make a video to talk about Jehovah's Witness. I know that usually, I said that I'm pretty much done with video making about this topic. I just listened to Lloyd Evans because there's that convention, that summer convention, and I actually received the invitation. The invitation was about, they're saying that it's about the story of Jesus and the Bible and how it's there's the lessons that we can get from that or something like that. But the content of the assembly was completely different. A lot of saying what you should do, what you shouldn't do, uh, giving out orders of things that are very damaging for young Jehovah's Witness and etc. So I'm not even sure what I want to talk about, but uh, I'm just thinking about the whole thing and making associations with what I remember from it because I was brought up into it. I never joined. I was going since I'm a child, and so reading the publications and everything and participating. And at the time, I thought my parents were wiser than me. They had more experience, so I should be trusting them and obeying them. Obeying my parents. I thought that's the order. And my frame of life was that the purpose of my life is uh, there's the existence of God that we call Jehovah, and we are part of His creation, and we have received the Bible that is in His inspired Word to guide us in life, how we're supposed to be living. So these are higher recommendations that are coming from, and Jehovah's Witnesses are the only true religion. The other ones are corrupt. So we're getting the leaders of Jehovah's Witnesses are the people that are receiving these wisdom insights from God. So whatever they say, we need to trust that it's for the best, and there's a reason for it. So basically, I just followed whatever they were telling me, and my parents also, of course, he's just gonna go with what I'm not gonna be rebellious. I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want to be uh, causing trouble or anything. So I just submit, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. I don't see the point of it. I think it's damaging, but I will do it because there's no other option. So that's how I was raised until I got to the point where I knew enough that I could walk out and understand that this is not God's organization. This is not truth. The Bible is not an inspired book. And I'm I'm free to live without being submitting to these are human beings that do not have the truth. They are not in a type of connection with the divine. So whatever they say is very flawed, and whatever my parents say is also very flawed. So that means that I can take care of myself. I need to be able to learn enough about society, about what's good and what's bad, and to be able to live the best way that I can. uh, and this means, in the eyes of my parents, I wonder. It's a big question. I wonder what my parents think that what I'm doing. Are they thinking of me because they're following the flawed rule of shunning their child because I disagree with the teachings? Uh, so, what are they thinking of me? Are they thinking that I am addicted to drugs or alcohol, that I want to go clubbing, that I'm just trying to understand the definition of what next Jehovah's Witness or a non Jehovah's Witness, a worldly person, would be in their eyes, being interested in yoga and occult things and different philosophies of the world. My father once said that you read books that were from not from the organization, and it gave me put ideas into your head that are strange, strange ideas. So, and that happened to my aunt as well. I don't think that's bad to be reading a book that's not from the organization to, I don't know, a book on philosophy or something like that, because it educates you, and it can give you another perspective. If it's another idea, you don't have to block all other ideas. You can hear out what the other idea is, and you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to believe it. You can think, oh, okay, well, that person believes that. What do I think about that? That's the critical thinking part. So it's interesting to see, like, other cultures, same thing. People believe different things. We don't have to ignore the other person and block them instead of listening to them. It can be enriching to be listening to them, because sometimes maybe you think about, maybe they're right on that. Maybe if I'm reading a apostate website, if I'm reading somebody that's an ex-Jehovah's Witness who has a story to tell. For example, when I was a teenager, 20 years old, I went to regularly to ex-Jehovah's Witness websites and read the testimonies of apostates, because uh, I just wanted to know what they are saying. What's their perspective on that? What's their twist? Because if we have the truth, then we don't need to fear somebody's other truth or somebody's other perspective. So I had no fear of Googling Jehovah's Witnesses and reading even on Wikipedia what they said, seeing in the news what are Jehovah's Witnesses, how are Jehovah's Witnesses portrayed in the news. Uh, so that gives me another perspective. And for real, it was much more about education, much more about online learning that I was doing on my own, because I wasn't able to do it on in college and regular academics. So I was learning it online, and I've said this before, so I don't want to repeat myself. But it was science and trying to get closer to God through nature and the creation that got me into more doubts. That, okay, no, this is not what I thought it was. The creation, for example, is not all beautiful, and like, there's dark side and there's a light side, and those are two things that go together. And so I have that belief that you cannot have the light side without the dark side. So that means in paradise there's going to be a dark side as well. In Jehovah's Witnesses there's a dark side as well. So shunning, for example, is a dark side of Jehovah's Witnesses. It's doing harm to somebody because you're told to do harm to somebody. So uh, the thing I think that makes Jehovah's Witness stay there is because it's their meaning in life. That's how they see the world. They see it as they're one of the creation, and they their role in that is to follow what they think is the God's organization that would act as a community, a group of people that you can supposedly count on or trust because you think that uh, we're all one big happy family and we can trust each other. And we're all good people, which is not the case. Uh, so um, lost my train of thought. So I think Jehovah's Witness think that non-Jehovah's Witness or ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are lost in life. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a meaning, and they are seeking pleasure. Uh, they, they are looking for that thing that Jehovah's Witness can provide them, which is a meaning, something that would make them happy. Maybe that's the search for happiness, the art of happiness. But they think Jehovah's Witnesses are the way to happiness. And as for me, being raised a Jehovah's Witness, I know that being a Jehovah's Witness does not give you happiness and does not give you benefits or results or positive results. I experienced it myself. I was never as depressed and suicidal as I was as a Jehovah's Witness. So I just wanted to bring it back to now. Well, now I'm undereducated because I didn't go to college or university. I did go a little bit to college. Uh, so all the education I had to do myself through online and things. And for a career, I didn't really pursue anything like that because I think one of the things that's damaging is you're taught as a Jehovah's Witness to never take the first seat because it's pride. So you need to be always in the background, not taking in much space, not saying much, being erased, and barely people barely know that you're there. So if there's I don't know 10 seats, you're gonna take the worst one because you want to leave the best ones for other people. Uh, so that makes me an expert in homelessness because I always never have a decent quality housing and never have a decent space to live. So I'm very used to that because of that teaching, which is super harmful. So not having the position, any position, not having any material, financial stability, basically, because you're supposed to trust that God is going to provide if you put Him first. That's Jehovah that is in charge, and if you follow what He says, you'll be fine. You don't even need to worry about that, the finances. So for career. Yeah, I've done a lot of bad jobs that I hated in my life, and now I'm lucky enough to get because I'm lucky enough to live in Canada. So I'm receiving uh, ODSP, which is a okay amount to be able to function my basic needs. So that's great. Uh, I don't know if I'll get a career. I don't know if I'll ever work. I don't think I have a problem with never working. I've done my share of jobs that I hated, and if I never work in my life, that's fine. I don't need to feel bad about that. Um, but uh, I'll take whatever opportunity is there. But if for more artistic, I think jobs or something in massage therapy or uh, comic books, I don't know. So those were the objectives, but I don't feel super motivated to do it. So that's why I just thought I need something to feed my mind to think about. So that's I love to get back to my Jehovah's Witness roots to be able to really focus on the distill down the teachings and how they affected me, and because I thought, okay, no, this comes from my parents, but no, it's actually from the cult. My parents were just parroting what the cult was saying, telling them to say. Even Jehovah's Witness that I was meeting, because as a young Jehovah's Witness, I was interested in a girl. There's a girl that's kind of flirting with me. My parents were pushing me on making friends in the organization, but this girl just wanted me to be more spiritual because she's not gonna marry me as there's no sex before marriage. She's not gonna marry me before I'm super spiritual. So that kind of is what got me into that path, that 7 year path that I was devoting myself more and more. Uh, and and then she just she's not at the same place as me. Anyway, I talked about that many times, and it's just a really traumatic and terrible experience. So I'm actually not recovered from that. It's been 15 years, and I still have some brain damage from that. So I probably it's gonna impact me for the rest of my life. So there. But when I left the organization, I left to seek therapy. I moved to Montreal for better healthcare services. Uh, have so it's a mental health support from professionals that are experts. So yeah, so I think I said it last time, but the way that I was raised was to I needed to just give up any opportunities that I would have in having riches or position or career or anything in this life, because this is part of the world. So it's kind of like a Buddha, where he's a prince, and he doesn't want his kingdom. He doesn't want the lifestyle of the rich and famous, or the princely lifestyle. He prefers to go with the poor. He prefers to go with the slaves, and experience the discomforts of life. So that's the figure of Moses as well, to be preferring to go with the slaves, the oppressed people, than to go with the kings or the princes. So that's how I kind of lived my life up until now. So, uh, and I think probably had if I had to talk to my parents now, I would have told them that I wish that I could have gone to higher education, that I could have gone out with my friends in high school after input. I could I be in extracurricular activities, that I could have had a girlfriend in high school, that I could have taken school seriously, that explored more in the path of where I want to be as an adult, because probably they would think, oh, you're never going to be an adult because the end is going to happen before. You don't even need to worry about that. But the truth is, that's not the case. So, financial stability has always been very problematic for me. So, I would not have had those problems if I had the opportunity to uh, develop my identity sooner and have more experiences and opportunities as a younger person. Yeah, and I never chose to become a Jehovah's Witness. I just thought that's the just the thing that we do, and there's no other way, and that's the norm. And when I got baptized, it's just that's the next step. It's just if you're not baptized, there's something wrong with you. So there's not a big difference between before I was baptized and after I was baptized. So, and while I stayed there, I actually I believed it 100%. I thought it's true. So, and when I stopped believing it, I left. So there's no harm that I did. Maybe I did harm to myself in being too zealous, but yeah, because there is some emotions underneath that you're not sometimes aware of, and when you get in touch with them, you don't necessarily know how to manage them in a way that's not destructive towards yourself. So that's something that could have been useful to learn before, to be able to label my emotions, to be able to know how to handle my emotions in a way that's positive. That's it. I don't have anything else. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So thank you for watching.